Aloha guys, you're watching GRTV. A general case for veganism. Not that I'm exactly a fan of animals. I mean, I don't like pets, and I'm not like an animal advocate, and I believe humans are better than animals, and we shouldn't have as many laws that, for example, imprison people for certain things they do towards animals, especially considering that many people are either vegetarians or omnivores, consuming meat, and therefore they are directly funding and promoting the use of you know these huge factories and industrial uh, warehouses that promote mistreatment of animals and such. And you can see a little habanero there. But the issue of concern I have here, guys, is just the general fact that being healthy is the number one attractor. It's a nice selection of basil here. Health is the number one attractor, and therefore some egg fruit in here. It's not the most delicious, starchy, healthy vegetable, but it's or fruit, I should say. It's food, quote unquote. Health is always going to be more attractive than wealth or body body parts or body style, and so it's a question of whether like do you have to eat healthy food or food that tastes good or food that makes you feel good. Why not combine all three? And some of the food is costly, so what I do is I incorporate the use of little shot glasses to, shall we say, serve some nuts, for example, or serve something like this type of drink, or even stuff like almond milk, which it's $3 for a half gallon, but it's still a relative cost. And it's important to shake up drinks vigorously before you serve them. It adds a nice effect. And another thing I do is I'll just put oatmeal saturated in water and let it sit in the fridge, and then perhaps put a coffee mate on it or something. Just a small amount. It adds enough. Maybe some salt, and then it's fun you can cook oatmeal or brown rice. You can add it to smoothies to thicken them, in addition to other elements, sea salt, vegetables, fruits, so on. And you could cook up onions. Onions is very fun. You can still, you can use something like this. This is a griddle, and it's a fun way of cooking veggie burgers. Of course, you want to be cautious. These are garden burgers. You want to be cautious of okay, that to avoid all soy products. That's why I said almond milk, not soy milk. And there's soy in different protein mixes and different things. The reason to avoid that type of stuff is because it promotes the production of estrogen and messes with people's hormones. Another thing is, this is not a good example. This is grapeseed oil. Most oils like sesame oil and canola, all the vegetable oil, I think is pretty unhealthy. Maybe you could do research into that, but basically, olive oil is not that expensive. You can buy a pretty sizable bottle of olive oil at even places like Whole Foods or wherever for about $10. And then of course you want to get canned beans are fun. Add that, maybe corn, different things. Uh, little things like even on a budget, you ramen noodles. You chop some vegetables into it, make a nice effect. The point I'm trying to make, and sauces, vegans, lots of incorporating of different sauces. But the point is that what am I trying to convey here? I'm trying to convey about health, that it's the number one attractor, and it's the most valuable thing. People would trade all the money they have for great health, and sometimes it's get convoluted. You can rub the back of your back, your spine against this. You can do this leg shake that I've described, where you shake your legs really fast like that, and it creates a generating spring effect that affects your whole body. And just things like the yoga shake, where you shake out your whole body, and you can even knead and massage yourself. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, you can do this the whole body, where you essentially, watch this. You kind of go like this to the, you knead it in the whole arm and everywhere, your whole body. All right, and don't forget second chakra activation, masturbation activation. That's the key to self-control. And it allows you to enter into higher level thinking and not be controlled or consumed by your desires, in addition to not being, what else? Not more importantly, not letting others control you. All right, and I'll get more into that on again soon. In fact, let's do a super breakdown here. Let's go in now, right now. All right, so uh, health, right? That was the emphasis I made in this video so far. Now I'm going to delve into other subjects of psychology, like when you look at pornography, for example. Obviously, it's an entertaining, shall we say, human, art activity. It would be, I think, better if the performers were a married couple. Obviously, they could role play as if they're not a married couple, but that adds a more wholesome element to it. Same going with strippers. They should be married performers, just showing off their body, but no confusion of trying to seduce or be seduced by other people. Let's transcend that. Let's go into a place where there's a certain element of segregation. The men and women, they kind of stay separate to an extent, and recognize that there is a great passion. People think that I'm like wanting to avoid women because I might not be interested in them, but that's it's actually because I'm especially attracted to women, and men concerned about whether a woman would like to give them oral sex, for example. They should just focus on giving the woman oral sex. Like, there shouldn't be such a concern with go back out here for a second. The point is the ego will make you think that how you have to have all this type of body and wealth and everything, and what that is it's you wanting to seduce everyone at large, instead of be specifically focused on yourself and your dreams and your obviously corresponding dream mate. And if you actually really think about it, and you really look at people, you'll see that they're imperfect. You'll see that having for example, say a tighter VV or a larger PP or larger breasts or different things can actually interfere. They can have a psychological, they can distract your life. Having a lot of money can be great as long as you know how to properly manage it. The same goes with having an attractive body, strong and healthy. So you have to really contemplate these things and protect and quote unquote hide or cover your body, and that is you can't have passion without sacredness. So what I mean by passion is, I mean not just one lustful activity, but I mean creating memories. And that's really what life is actually about. It's about creating memories, not being with having intimacy with people that you're not caring very much about. By the way, that's what people do. They try to seduce and have sexual activity with people they don't care about. You don't do that with if somebody you really cared about, And so furthermore, where am I going with this? I wouldn't want to be either of the participants in, say, for example, a pornography scene, or a scene where, yeah, it's just two people. Like, I wouldn't want to be either of them in a scene where it's not like I believe that I am all that is, every single person, every possibility, and that's why I believe in like improving, or I aim to improve future incarnations. We can make our bodies better, healthier, stronger, more attractive, you know. But at the end of the day, it's about making memories, and you really want to look at things and think about them instead of escaping the feelings, or with alcoholism. That's what a lot of people do. If you focus in on those feelings and really think about those memories, and you can recognize that you. And the biggest problem with memories is people label people as like their authority, like parents or ex-girlfriend or whatever. Just, if you need to, you can refer to them as stranger, or just friend, or just acquaintance, whatever. And the names you give to people, that gives them power over you. It gives those memories power. So you want to disengage the power from the memories. Stop focusing on people who are your non-dream mate. Don't let your non-quote-unquote dream mate interfere with the process of connecting and being with your dream mate. I'm glad you're willing to hear out some of these issues, and make some contemplations upon them. These are my thoughts, and at the end it comes down to breathing, in and out, deep breaths. When you're having a conflict with someone, if you breathe properly and put your hand to protect your center, put your hand in front of you and breathe deeply, then you won't feel badly. Because feeling badly is not because someone else is being mean or saying rude things to you. By the way, this is a nice spinach that grows easily. It's like a local Hawaii variety, very, very tasty. It's breathing improperly. Some tomatoes here. Breathing improperly. So breathe deeply, complete cycles, and that if you're not breathing properly, that's why you're angry. So if you're getting angry, you think it's someone else's fault, it's really because you're not breathing properly. And that's where it's just a return to self and management of your own emotions. It's very, very, very good stuff. So yeah, it's fun I haven't done a super breakdown in a while. Really, a general, like, looking at my ideas. I'm actually about to crank the system up and do some writing here. We're about to take care of business here. Thank you for joining me, and I want to say aloha. And 1 second. So you know, you want to have depth to your life, and a meaning, and really want memories. And the realization that intimacy takes time, it's a luxury. It's kind of and I feel like people should they should help improve the world first before trying to pursue specific intimacy in families, because when you do that, it's you have to focus on them and be greedy in a way if there's suffering in the world, to avoid and ignore the suffering and conflict and just get money, quote unquote, or support for your family. It's kind of a, you could say, oh well, it's just people trying to survive and live. Well, if everyone stopped having children for 5 years, I think we could quite readily resolve with our collective knowledge and technology the issues experience, the complications in the world. And by the way, on the whole health thing, a person will smell and taste better, and obviously be more virile if they have a more alkaline-based diet, because which vegan, quote unquote, alkaline, because the bacteria likes an acidic environment. Continuing on, any last thoughts here? Regarding the coronavirus, and that you want to just have a strong immune system, and you want to eat healthy and stuff like that, vitamin C and whatnot. And remember, vegans, they should be doing a B complex and a multivitamin after a meal, and then I like to say calcium at another meal, because calcium interferes with the absorption, and then it has to include vitamin D for better absorption. I'm not an expert at all of this stuff, but just I want to bring things to your awareness. Simple things like being near a Wi-Fi router, or too much 5G, or too much, fluoride, chlorine in the water, even purifiers and bottled water. It all has all these whatever they're called, toxins that are released from plastic. All that, you just be really aware for that. Try to aim for glass. And I even have this book here. It's a good book. It talks about figuring out how people operate, how to negotiate. So you might check a video out online of it. Let's see if I could just provide a highlight from it. Sometimes, like, if everything's negotiation, whether it's dealing with a person you care about, or a group as to what you're going to do for the evening, or a major conflict resolving, or what you're going to pay for something, or what's a fair treatment of a situation, like, negotiating. You want to insist on using principles. Is this the way they would want you to, quote unquote, play? And what are the principles they think should apply to the negotiation or situation? That's probably the best lesson in this whole book here. So yeah, thanks for doing a nice breakdown with me, all things considered. Right, guys, and remember, just simple things like wearing a reading band, that'll make you feel strong. And also, there's I want you guys to click the link below that you've watched so far. This is a collection of mantras and affirmations associated with each chakra, and it's like, if you look online, there's like the chakra affirmations table, where there's like 7 different chakras, and then all written little affirmations on them. So you repeat those, and it's stuff like, I deserve a balanced life, I deserve good goodness, and just you repeat those and you program your mind with that stuff. It's just rich stuff. And of course, noteworthy mention the light work, right? The light work that I do, okay, involves smiling and imagining people that you're upset at. Imagine them smiling. Imagine situations where it's like, oh, you might have wanted to quit a job or a new job. Imagine people smiling. Imagine, beams of brilliant white light streaking through their bodies and illuminating their aura. Like, look at this cup, for example. I raise my hands like this, and in the other hand, I hold any type of metal or like a precious stone object, and I kind of knead it like this, and it's in my other hand, and then I do like a hula hoop spiral while I stand, and then it's easier to focus when you're standing, right? You can put your computer desk on some bricks or something in order to you stand, right? But the point being that you activate things. You can activate objects, activate your computer you work with every day, activate the tools you use, the vehicle. You can beam mountains. You can beam the president, whomever, whatever you want to do. It's protection against dark forces. It's good, positive light energy. And if you look deep into it enough, um, you'll see it on the internet. You'll see people talking about it, about imagining a bright white light in your bedroom to protect you while you sleep. There are dark entities out there that like to play games with people. So protect yourself properly. Don't irresponsibly expect people to be nice to you. Say no, have boundaries when you need to. Realize that people have their motivations. Especially teach younger children that a lot of people just want them for their body. And guess what? That kind of wraps up the whole issue of, what do people want? They want you for your body, or they want you for your money. And if you're young and healthy, or you keep yourself healthy for a long, like, I think people will be able to live, a long time, with all everything we have now, all the concepts in medicine and health and wellness and everything. We're going to be able to live long. And so go for it. Do it. Do throughout the day. Stand if you can, if you do computer work. Do some jumping jacks. Stretch out if you're a construction worker. Um, breathe deeply in situations. Don't let other people control your breath. You control your breath. All right. Now, aloha, guys. Remember, I do have some. If you type in light work in my channel, you can find some videos. How to follow along. But let's just do one single person right now. Let's do somebody that that you have a romantic interest in, okay, or that you feel badly for because maybe they don't like you or you don't like them, whatever. All right, let's say there's energy surrounding that, okay? Now visualize them smiling. Nothing to do with you, just them smiling right here. Visualize a brilliant beam of light. You can even imagine somebody in proximity to them, somebody near them, using their fingers like a wand and imagine a beam of light target them, okay? And then their aura, they smile. Imagine that person smiling right now. Now imagine them just reaching out, grabbing a sphere of white light, brilliant sphere in their hand, incredibly bright. Just imagine that, and you can playfully throw the sphere of light at other people, and they catch it and they activate their auras. It's just a very, very purifying experience. This has been a super breakdown, overdue for one, but good all things considered, right? Like I was saying about the virus, be conscious of your hygiene, like washing your hands before and after using the bathroom, not shaking people's hands. You could do like the Buddhists do. They do like a prayer with the hand. They have both hands and they do a quick bow. You can do that to both indicate consideration and the fact that you don't want to shake hands. And just realize that there's, especially women, women wearing these short clothing and stuff. They sit on seats all bad hygiene. So be conscious of that. Remember to use olive oil, put it on your whole body. It's all about health, guys. Do some jumping jacks, do some push-ups throughout the day while you're at your office or whatever. Just keep the energy going. Mahalo and aloha.